Hi, it's Miss Matzi, and I wanted to walk you through how to do the one-pager activity for today. So first, let's get logged on to Google Classroom so that everybody knows where they should be and where they can find these instructions. Here we are on 5th block Google Classroom. You want to click on Stars and Galaxies in Our Universe. And then once you click on that, you want to click on the Google slide that's entitled Stars and Galaxies in Our Universe. As a quick reminder, when we take a look at the schedule, you might notice that you have a quiz next class. You have a 20-point quiz on Monday, November 12th. That quiz is going to be on star characteristics, constellations, historical people, events, ideas, life cycle of stars, and don't forget, it's also on the sun. So if you haven't done that NOVA Sun Lab, you want to make sure that you get that done. That's an important second quarter grade. All right, so reviewing what we did last class, you did your learning log, and you watched some of these videos and read some of these articles. Now we're on day 2, historic people, events, ideas, and later we're going to do life cycle of stars. So first we're doing the one-pager activity. So you can click on that link if you wanted to look at the instructions. You see here that there are 6 astronomers that you're going to be working on as a class: Ptolemy, Copernicus, Galileo, Kepler, Hubble, and Armstrong. If you click on any of these names, then you will see that the article or biography of that person is hyperlinked to their name. So we're going to split up the work here a little bit. Depending on what table you came in and sat at, that is going to determine what scientist you're doing. So when we look at this table right here, oh, look at that. It says Kepler. That means you're doing Johann Kepler. That's your astronomer. If you came in and sat at this table here, oh, okay, you're working on Copernicus. If you happen to sit up front in the beautiful couches or at this table right here, then you're going to be working on, you're going to be working on Ptolemy. So now that you know who you're going to be working on, let's see what is it that you're going to be doing. So let's take a look at the instructions here for the one-pager activity. The first thing you're going to do individually is you're going to read the article for your assigned astronomer. Everyone at your table is reading about the same astronomer. You're reading silently to yourself. It's lunchtime. Yeah. You're going to be reading silently to yourself. As you're reading, you want to choose one word, one phrase. A phrase is like 2 or 3 or 4 words, and one complete sentence from the biography that you think best represents your astronomer. You're not making up this word, this phrase, and this sentence. You're pulling it from the reading that you're doing. You can either just keep that word, phrase, sentence in your mind, or you could write it down on a piece of paper, or you could write it down in your learning log so that you're logging that in. The next thing you're going to do, once everybody has finished reading, as a group, you're going to use a blank piece of paper to create a one-pager that represents your astronomer. So your whole group is going to end up with one piece of paper. Put everybody's word on it. Put the name of your astronomer on it in a really prominent area. But now you have to talk to each other because you have to choose the one phrase and the one sentence that you all agree best represents the astronomer. So you all probably chose different phrases and different sentences, and you have to discuss which one you think actually represents the astronomer the best. Once you finish that, you're going to be decorating your page with a border and other images that represent the astronomer's life. After that, you're going to present, not in a super formal way. You'll just present at your table. You can stand up if you'd like to. And you're going to present who your astronomer was, when they lived, why they were important, and anything else that you learned about them. As other group members are listening, it's really important that you're absorbing as much as you can about each of those astronomers because we are all responsible for each of the 6 astronomers. And you can expect to see these astronomers on your quiz that you're having next class. and on your test that you're going to have the day before Thanksgiving break. Now, let's take a look at some examples of this one pager. So here's an example here of Ptolemy. So you can see that they put in a quote from Ptolemy. Their border that they made, they actually used all kinds of words to make the border. And then underneath, this is the sentence that they chose. They didn't get to the point where they were making any pictures, but they still did a good job. Here's another example here. You can see they put everybody's word on, but they chose one phrase and they chose one sentence. Again, no pictures, but it's like neatly done. It's pretty good graphics. This one here was they only had 2 people in their group, so they only had 2 words about Edwin Hubble, but they were able to get a picture in of the Hubble Space Telescope. Here's another example here. This is Galileo. So they put in some different pictures about the solar system. They put in the Italian flag because he's Italian. They had their phrases. And so here's another example here. You can see the words that they use. They put different pictures on it. They put Kepler's name up at the top. Let me see if I have any other examples here I can show you. Another one about Kepler, and they use the solar system. Here's one with Ptolemy. So they have their sentence up here up top. His name is really prominent. The words that they used were on here, and you can see a picture here of the geocentric model of the solar system. So those are some different examples. Here's one of Neil Armstrong with some pictures playing. He was a big-time pilot, and a picture of the moon. I would use, that's actually it. All right, so I'll see you guys in a little bit. Thanks a lot.